I'm David from Filth.
I'm Dustin from Filth.
And you were watching SoundlinkTV.
All right, everybody, Trenton here with SoundlinkTV at Ground Zero with the boys in Filth. How you guys doing?
Good, you?
Pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
All right, so you guys just released a new record and everything, and you guys are local. We know you guys, but this is the first interview we've done, so I don't know why that's happened. So for anybody that doesn't know, you guys have had a couple EPs out. This is your first like proper like full length and stuff. So what's been the journey been like writing all this music and stuff and growing as a band?
Oh man, it's been a long journey. It's been fun. Just a lot of touring, a lot of writing, a lot of progressing as musicians, and a lot of trying to figure out who we are and what we want to write instead of like just writing what's cool. You know, kind of digging deep and figuring out what we really enjoy about music. That was what was behind the album, you know, what we grew up on kind of thing.
Okay. So you guys are, I guess, started off being known as sort of like the down-tempo band. You guys sort of, you know, I guess, sped it up a little bit since,
slightly,
and so you guys have done, you know, become, I guess, more of a proper deathcore band at this point and stuff with it. And so,
I would say, more so with a little bit of that new metal influence.
Yeah. So with this album, you have a lot of stuff on that and everything. So, you know, was it kind of, I guess, difficult pulling from like all the old stuff and putting some new stuff in there and like making it sort of more, I guess, a full sound rather than, you know, just like slow songs like for like, I don't know, 40 minutes or so?
For me, it really wasn't difficult because it was more me going back to what I started learning how to play guitar with. So it was more like just being like, you know, what did I fuck with when I was young, you know, kind of thing. And I kind of pulled a lot from that. And it was interesting trying to incorporate some of that new with like the heavy, slow stuff. But I think it worked out really well. And our producer, Greg from Chop Art Studios, is phenomenal. That dude is a genius. So that helped a lot. Okay. He's the man behind it, man. He did great.
Now you, Dustin, like, holy crap, your vocals, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, you know, around here, you know, a lot of people know you, even on tour, you know, you're known for that stuff. And so, like, even you know, you're bringing some new vocal stuff to this stuff too, with a little bit of the whole like trap, you know, music with like vocally and stuff, and vocal patterns and things. So what's it been like for you while he's working on the music and stuff, like progressing as a vocalist, you know, trying some stuff other bands may not be doing vocally in this genre of music?
Well, I wrote, like, after all the music was done, I started writing. And when I got in the studio, it's like I changed what I originally was going to do a little bit because, like, it's just what I felt at the moment, pretty much.
Okay. Now, lyrically and stuff, where were you going with this album and stuff? You know, because, you know, he's been writing heavy stuff on everything, you know,
for a long time.
Yeah, so it's up to you, you know, I guess bring it to life with words and, you know, imagery and all that kind of stuff. So, like, lyrically, where have you progressed and what was your goal on this record, you know, putting it all out there for, like, a full length?
Well, it's like what I had in mind for, like, with the lyrics is to go, like, damn, hold on. It's like I'm just gonna explain to you what it's about.
Yeah.
Get the gist from that. It's about being alone, but not wanting to, like wanting to get out of that shell, but you don't know how to. Okay. And that's just where I was writing from. That's pretty much what it's about.
Real life experiences that you deal with, you know, as you've been growing up as an individual, as a man. You know, you wrote from, you know, inside you. That's where the lyrics came from. You know, what he was feeling. Okay.
So has that progressed from, I guess, from the last two, you know, lyrically is there like an overall theme with all the music and stuff, or is it just sort of like in the moment kind of thing, what you're going through, or is it kind of like this certain constant spot that you're in that you're still, you know, trying to deal with, and it's just all on this full record?
Well, that's pretty much what it is all this, what I've been dealing with here recently is what this record's about.
Okay, awesome. So you guys are about to go on tour, or are you on tour now? I don't know if this.
We are not.
Okay.
We are off. We've been off for 3 weeks now, and next Sunday we start our next tour with Victims across.
Yeah, so I didn't know if this is just like a show you guys, you know, just like a local.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's something you guys are known for too. You know, you guys are also another band, Invoker. So like between those two bands, you guys are constantly on the road and stuff, and so you know, I guess, you know, you're probably touring more than a lot of bands between the two, and so what are those experiences like, you know, just being on the road all the time with two different bands and promoting this record and having to deal with that, and you got family and friends here, you know, that you don't get to see, you know, maybe a couple times a month or so like, so what's the tour toll been like for you guys recently?
It's been a little rough. I think that also affects our writing a little bit too. Like why it's so dark and so eerie and stuff. It like even for me, it sounds weird, but even for me writing, when I'm writing music, I'm pulling from what I feel like, a lot of times, especially from being on the road so damn long. Sometimes you miss people, you don't see your friends, you don't see your family, your girlfriends, everybody. It's just like, whew. If things change, you're gone for 2 months at a time and you come back, things have changed. People have moved on, their lives have kept going, and you're kind of just like stepping back into it, figuring things out again. And sometimes, man, it's not fun sometimes. It's rough. But at the same time, there's no place I'd rather be, But that also influences, like I said, that influences a lot of our music, is just being on the road and being gone all the time.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like Interstellar, where they like go on different planets and then they're the same, but like they look back at home and then like everything's changed and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah. When you're on tour, you're on this fast-paced life, different city every single night. Everything's constantly moving. You get home and it's just like everybody else is still there doing their thing, but they've moved on and continue with their lives, and you got to kind of like find your way back into that again. And sometimes it's weird, dude. Like post-tour depression is a real thing, man. Sometimes it hits people real hard when they get back, and it's weird to get started again, especially if you got to go back to work and stuff, So
back for like 2 days, and then you're ready to go out again.
I guess that's the cure right there, is just to keep doing it.
Yeah, we're home 3 or 4 weeks, and it's like, all right, I got to go back out again. Like I need it, Okay. Plus, we're finally getting to that point where we're more so of a stable band. We can finally start to, build a career out of it, as opposed to just being a band that's out there doing it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's finally getting to that point.
Yeah, so you're, I guess, reaping the rewards of that and stuff. So, finally, so my next question was going to be, with all this touring and, this record and stuff, what's next for you guys? Like, what's the next step in the process? Whether it be, you're smiling, you got something going on. You just gave it away. So, so.
For us, we have a lot of, since the album just dropped on Tuesday, so at this point it's a lot of touring. We got to push the album for the next year, at least the next 12 months. And the goal is to do another full US, full Canada on it, and to go across seas. That's the goal. Okay. So that's what we're aiming for. That's what we're going to try to hit up, another country.
Yeah, there's always that one kid's like, come to Brazil, so I guess you guys can
we got plenty of those. Like, come to Europe, and it's like, you just wait.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for. All right, thanks for talking to us today. Everybody, go pick up The Burden of Isolation. I'm Trenton with Soundlink TV here with Phil. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
We harvest what we see. They'll see our own